What's going on? Welcome back to the channel. So today we're going to talk to you about Golden Triangle Ventures, ticker GTVH. It is currently up 123%. I want to break it down on why and some of the recent events that's been coming out associated to the company itself. So I'm going to go over all the things that you need to know, but first, make sure you guys hit that thumbs up. And with that, let's get right to it. So starting off, this is what they do, company profile. So consulting services in entertainment, healthcare, and technology. Looking at their website, it does mirror the exact same thing. So the global health services, lavish entertainment. So that kind of hits that mark here. And plus, aside from that, having a functioning website under the OTC, I know it kind of sounds minuscule, but it is a pretty big deal. So just once again, kind of hit that mark for that. And typically whenever I'm looking at OTC companies, kind of needs to do the smell test. So if there is anything of like a red flag that pops up, it's better just to take a step back. But so far everything does work, it jives, and based on this, they kind of hit my criteria for searching. So I look for at least a bid price of 0.001 and at least very bare minimum 3 million for volume. And based on this, it does have a good amount of volume, as you can kind of see right over here. So historical prices, so yeah, about 47 million, currently sitting at 79 right now. So I think generally this is a very positive thing. So once again, take that with a grain of salt. And also on a side note, it is pink current, so for OTCs that's kind of A+. And it does have a lot of good transactions, so a lot of good liquidity, because it's one thing for it to hit those marks, but if it's just one or two smaller or like transactions that's really driving a stock higher, that's a little bit more of a concern. But how I see everything so far, it seems to be a-okay. Some of the news that has come out as of late though, they recently did do a buyback or announced a buyback in June 6th. So it kind of goes over that right here. And it shows that it'll be around agreed to use 10% of the proceeds from its logistics business. So that's generally a good thing. And clearly it went up a substantial amount since that point, because yeah, it kind of announces a 10% from the profits to be used for the buyback, and it clearly went up a very substantial amount at that time period. So it went from around 0.001 to a high of 0.00. It looks like it closed at 0.005, but it did have a high of 0.007. So a lot of good momentum with this stock, no doubtably. So it looks like, based on the volume as well, people are starting to come back in. But one thing that really kind of came out recently that's starting to drive things higher is right here. So Golden Triangle Ventures announces replay of CEO Stefan, I'm not going to say his last name and butcher it, but comprehensive space event on Twitter or X, whatever the hell you want to call it. And it is right here. Normally, OTC companies don't do this, so I think this is kind of standing out, really driving a lot of people to look at it, because even 1,200 people kind of viewed this or tuned in. It is 36 minutes. I'm going to play that at the end of this video so you guys can kind of listen in and make a sound decision based on that. But given the momentum and the volume that is getting in, it does look like it is going to test the all-time highs, given, like I said, everything. And plus, seeing engagement coming from the company itself shows that they are committed to things going higher. And plus, that's kind of resemblant based on the buyback as well. So in my opinion, this is one to add to your watch list. And given the fear in the broader market, I think this definitely is one to that could really go up. People are scouring for value plays right now, and this one hits the mark. My own opinion, of course. You guys do whatever floats your boat. So like I said, I'm just going to quickly play this. Let me know your thoughts on that.
Hey everyone, welcome to the Golden Triangle Ventures Spaces event. My name is 𝗪𝗪𝗡𝗘𝗖𝗧. I'm the CEO of the company. Full disclosure, I've never done one of these, so please bear with me. I'm going to try to do like an open mic. I gotta read this safe harbor statement first. Afterwards, I kind of want to take you guys back to how I started and really just show you why this company is so important to me, and then how the chain of events led to where we are today, and give you guys some future outlook as to what we're doing and what we're working on, and just really just lift the skirt on a lot of things. So I thought it was important to get on here today. Before we begin our discussion, I'd like to take a moment to remind you that today's presentation may contain forward-looking statements. These statements are based on our current expectations and beliefs concerning future developments and their potential effects on Golden Triangle Ventures which trades under the stock symbol GTVH. Forward-looking statements can be identified by words such as anticipate, expect, intend, plan, believe, seek, estimate, will, and similar expressions, and include but are not limited to statements regarding our future financial performance, business strategy, plans, and expectations for future operations and industry conditions. Please note that forward-looking statements involve a number of risks, uncertainties, and assumptions that are difficult to predict and are beyond our current control. Actual results could differ materially from those expressed or implied in these forward-looking statements due to a variety of factors, including but not limited to changes in economic conditions, legislative or regulatory changes, our ability to execute our strategic initiatives, and other risks described in our filings with the OTC markets. We undertake no obligation to update any forward-looking statements, whether as a result of new information, future events, or otherwise, except as required by law. But I anticipate you will be hearing a lot of updates from us as to everything we're working towards as accomplishments get met. And I'm just excited. So yeah, I wanted to just first of all, I just want to say thank you all. I've never seen so much support in our company. It's unbelievable. All you shareholders are amazing. We really have a GTV army behind us, and unlike the past, we really have something real, something potentially, something that has a large potential for all of our shareholders, and something that I guess is very excited to build from the ground floor. And so I kind of want to take you guys back. When I turned 16, how I got in the business, I worked for my father in the investor relations business, and we would represent other public companies. We'd help them go public. We'd help them with strategies and systems and basically procedures to operate as a public company to really help them, actively, successfully operate in the public markets. And I learned the business. We helped them with all of our resources to help them grow their companies. And basically, I worked with him for 10 years and I became a vice president, a partner in the firm. I had an office in Miami, had an office in California, and it was our dream to really take our own company public and build a portfolio of holdings that we operated, we capitalized, we monetized. We really directed the ship at every level because we knew that if we had our own business that was public and our own companies, we'd be in control of our own destiny. And instead of working for other people, we had our finger on the pulse and we were able to really capitalize our own projects. And so it was our dream to take the company public. In 2014, we moved to Vegas to take the company public and get out of the business of investor relations. And shortly after we moved here, he passed away. And so it's my lifelong mission to build Golden Triangle Ventures into something incredible for everyone, for my father, my family, my shareholders, for God, for everyone. I have to do this, and it's my destiny. And so that's why this company is so important to us. Shortly before he passed away, he opened up a company with me called Lavish Entertainment because Lavish was going to be one of the companies we put into our public company. Well, 2017, after he passed away, I threw my first concert, and we became a significant player in the dance music concert organization business here in Las Vegas. I had over 100 people under me at one point. We were organizing the most insane events in the city. And 2019, I decided that we were ready. We took the company public. We did a reverse merger inside of an old vehicle. I think it was called Texas Oil and Minerals. And we formed Golden Triangle Ventures. And we acquired Lavish Entertainment as the first business to come under the umbrella. Well, following that, COVID hurt us. But after COVID, we got back on our feet and we organized a music festival, which was, I believe, I think it was the largest music festival in Las Vegas on New Year's Eve at Area 15. It was 2 years ago. It was 2021 New Year's Eve into 2022. It was called Playa Playground. And that event we put together in about 90 days. And we had 10 stages. We had 100 artists. We had fireworks going off on the top of Area 15. I mean, it was unbelievable. And I hired a firm called 𝗖𝗢𝗡𝗘𝗖𝗧, which we now own, which is Marco's company. Marco Moreno was the founder of 𝗖𝗢𝗡𝗘𝗖𝗧. And we hired Marco Moreno and 𝗖𝗢𝗡𝗘𝗖𝗧 to basically do the development of Playa Playground. They came in, they did the site plan, they did all the construction, the permits, the fire dancers, the infrastructure. They helped us, coordinate the entire event. and I brought him in within 60 days of doing it, and we pulled it off under every odd that was against us. We had a storm come through, right before doors open, and it knocked down a stage. Channel 5 News said that the show wasn't going to happen. I mean, everything that could have gone wrong went wrong, but we pulled it off. And it was the greatest night of my life. It was the biggest accomplishment of my life to date back then. And after the event, we had thousands of people show up. But after the event, me and Marco got real close and we became friends. And I told him my dream was to build a venue, and to build a venue where we own the infrastructure, we own the stages. My dream has been to build a venue where one of the greatest venues in the world one day has been my dream. And we put our heads together for a couple of years, figuring out how to build this thing, where we're going to do it, what it's going to look like. And we basically developed Destino Ranch. And Destino Ranch came together late last year, and we secured about 70 acres of property about an hour outside of Las Vegas. And we went out and we developed a plan for Destino Ranch. And if everyone's not familiar with Destino Ranch, it's our flagship project inside of Golden Triangle Ventures. And basically, you can see more information on destinoranch.com. Anyways, Destino Ranch is going to be not just a music festival venue. It'll be a resort. It'll be a tourist attraction. It sits right off the freeway. It's about an hour outside of Las Vegas, and it's more than just a festival venue, where we're going to have a real live art gallery, and we're going to showcase art from all around the world in one of the greatest places, real close to Vegas. But it's much more than just a venue. It's really an attraction, and I believe the doors will be open 24/7 for the world to see. Um, It'll be a live art gallery. It'll be a theme park. It'll be shops, villages, restaurants, bars, hotels, glamping, camping, with art everywhere. And we're going to host some of the most unbelievable events at this venue. That's the plan. And so, anyways, we got together and we secured the first 70 acres. And now we're looking at securing additional property for the land, or for the project. And in order to build this project properly, we knew that we would have to obviously capitalize the project, which I'll get into in a second, but we would have to substantiate it. And so we hired a firm called 𝗖𝗓𝗡𝗘𝗖𝗧 Consulting. And 𝗖𝗓𝗡, we retained them to basically build out a full feasibility study, revenue modeling, financial projections, and just an entire business plan that'll substantiate our capital raise and our entire project operation and development. And we've been working with 𝗖𝗓𝗡 for the past 6 months. And when our first, when our investor packet is done, I believe that we are going to have the substantiation for a significant capital raise, potentially up to $100 million capital raise for our company, that we will be able to substantiate through the research, through the case studies, through the, all of the work that 𝗖𝗓𝗡 is building out for us. And so that's super exciting, because we needed a third party firm that's, helped companies raise a lot of money. They've helped companies raise, I think, $4 billion or more. And we needed a real firm to help us build out, a full project plan for this Destino Ranch. So we retained 𝗖𝗓𝗡. We're getting close to finally finishing the investor packet. It's taken longer than expected, but the final product, I believe, will substantiate $100 million investor capitalization for Destino Ranch, which is very exciting. And also, I want everyone to know, it's not just 70 acres that we're building. Our plan for the entire project is north of 600 acres. And we have our ideas on how we're going to secure the additional land. In addition to that, we've been working with a project financier for the past 3 months, and we recently got a commitment for $1 million, up to 10, and then potentially up to 200. And so we have a firm that we like a lot, and we're working with them. We've been working with them for 3 months to get our project financed through a non-dilutive financing source. And I believe that if we can navigate through the waters and make this happen, I think we'll be able to capitalize Destino without diluting our company, without doing any equity financing, which is exciting. Now, one of the key points to building Destino was ABI. So what we decided was, Marco and I brought Marco on as the president of Lavish Entertainment and the chief operating officer of Lavish Entertainment. And basically, we made a plan to acquire ABI Create under Lavish Entertainment. and build a 4-pillar business model to support the operation and the development of Destino Ranch. The 4 pillars we needed was logistics and shipping. It was staffing to support all the infrastructure, the staffing needs of the venue. It was equipment, and it was production. And I'm very happy to say that as of recently, we acquired ABI Create, which is the event management firm under Lavish Entertainment, and now we have acquired the logistics operation, which is Cargo Management Group. And we acquired the logistics operation from our largest investor, Tom Zaro. We're grateful for Tom. Tom, in addition to allowing us to acquire his logistics operation, which is a standalone business, but we've also got Tom to agree to mitigate and limit his sales through his note conversion to 10% of the daily volume. And I believe that's one of the most significant parts of our company because it protects our shareholders and it gives us the ability to continue to grow. Tom supports us 100%. He's been in our corner since day one, and he's helping this company succeed in every way he can. And I think now that he's able to monetize his investments and also continue to help us grow while protecting our shareholders, I believe is one of the strongest parts of this business. And so we own a staffing company. I'm sorry, we own a trucking company now. We have 5 trucks, we have 13 trailers, we have 6 other trailer leases, and we're leasing about 15 more trucks. And we're also working on strengthening our entire fleet. We're working on revamping a lot of the infrastructure. We're working on transitioning into a larger, stronger yard. We're working on getting stronger equipment. We're working on developing our brokerage business, which could be equally as powerful. Right now, we're in the process with the FSMCA to transfer the MC and DOT over to our new company. Our new logistics company is called LE Logistics LLC, which is a wholly owned subsidiary of Golden Triangle Ventures. And the MC from Cargo Management Group will transfer over to LE, which is in process. It should take 2 to 4 weeks. And then we can start generating income with LE under Golden Triangle. But Tom's business, Cargo Management Group, was doing I believe between 200 and 300,000 a month in income, in revenue. We're going through the books, we're transferring the titles, we're transferring the business, we're getting our arms around the operation. There's so many moving parts to this logistics business. It's hard for me to comprehend or explain, but it's a hell of a company, and we're excited to do it. And this business will actually support Destino, the transferring of the art, the moving of production, and all of the logistics needs for our business. So that's exciting. Um, Regarding staffing, equipment, and production, I can tell you guys that I have a very, very strong path that I see to get the staffing business in place. I don't want to move forward on that until after the trucking business is, rock solid and fully operational within our wheelhouse. The equipment company as well. I have a path to secure a very strong equipment company for us, and the production company. Very exciting. Later this week, I'm actually visiting one of the biggest production companies in Las Vegas that does productions for some of the biggest casinos and resorts, and they might be able to help us showcase the entire project, the build, the development, the operation, and it could be a huge player for us. So that meeting's taking place later this week. I can tell you there's also some very high fidelity meetings that are taking place with Destino. Marco is insanely connected in this industry, and I can tell you there's just a huge amount of interest in our project from major festival organizers and companies that want to be involved and want to help us in any way. So we're moving forward on Destino. That's the flagship project in Golden Triangle Ventures, and that's the goal. Now there's a couple things I also wanted to touch on. The buyback. We are absolutely committed to doing a buyback. The reason I put out a piece of news about the buyback is because I want to show the world that as we produce profits under this company and potentially other companies as well, if we decide to do so, but as we produce profits, I would like to use 10% of those profits to buy back company stock. And as we grow these companies, the amount of money that we're going to have to buy back is more and more. And so that's my commitment. That's firm. That's not going to change. That's what I'm planning on doing. That takes place after I complete the transition, and that takes place after we realize profits. Um, the plan to spin off Lavish Entertainment into its own division, into its own public company, is something we're moving forward on. We made an announcement a couple years back that we're spinning off Global Health Services and Lavish Entertainment. We've never had a real, I guess, operation in place to spin it off, and we've never had audits. So now we have Destino Ranch, and I believe Lavish Entertainment will deserve to be in its own company. All of our shareholders will get a dividend, and we're working with our auditors and legal teams to figure out the best structure to make this happen. I was actually on a phone call last week with Malone and Bailey. They've been retained, and they are moving forward to help us with our complete audit of Lavish Entertainment so we can do a spinoff into its own vehicle. Secondly, I'd like to also touch base on other divisions. Our medical division, we have an incredible plan for our medical division. I just don't want to talk too much about it, but just know that when the time's right after this entertainment and trucking gets solid in place, our medical division is something great we're going to move forward on as well. Our technology division, we have a product. We still own our high frontier technology, and we have a product with our hydrogen water technology that I think is, I think it's going to be huge. I really believe it's something that people will buy, and I think we're going to make a lot of money on it. And so just know we're working on something great for technology. We're also sitting on a lot of 𝗪𝗧𝗪𝗓 inventory, and we finally found a path and potentially a buyer that might take this all from us. So we're moving forward on liquidating our inventory, and we're sitting on between, I want to say between $3 and $5 million worth of retail value in inventory, hard products, about 64 pallets of material that we own outright for 𝗪𝗧𝗪𝗓, which is our CBD product line. Anyways, that's kind of like the snapshot of what we're doing. I'd like to really open the call for questions and answers and just see if anyone has any questions that I could answer. And I just wanted to give everyone a good rundown on our company and just kind of tell everyone that we're moving forward every day. And I'm very excited for our future. So I don't know how to do this, but if anyone has a question, please, I guess, raise your hand so I can see it. Okay. Tom, would you like to jump in? Tom Zarro is also on the line as well. Oh, okay. Benson Boomer. Hi, Benson. Oh,
I think I'm, yes. Good afternoon. Can you hear me, sir?
I can hear you.
Well, I'm a relatively new investor in your company. I'm real excited about the potential. I really appreciate your remarks. I have a question regarding the Destino Ranch property. Being the location that it is, do you see more of a seasonal benefit to that, or is that a year-round operation that can realize revenues?
It's going to be a year-round operation that'll realize revenues. The plan for this is a full-blown tourist attraction and a destination center with an art installation. So we want people to come right off the freeway. We're 5 miles off the freeway, and we want people to come in, see the art, and have the park open for camping, glamping, and the entire village we're going to build out. So yeah, we have a plan to drive traffic from tour buses that go to the Grand Canyon that can stop at our location, and also, you know, pulling traffic from Vegas and really having a destination center outside of the city for, you know, people in the city that are traveling to Vegas. In addition to having a full-blown music festival where we do events on a regular basis.
Awesome. Just one follow-up question. What's your estimated timeline? Are you to being like fully materialized? Is this a year, 3, 5 years? Do you have a forecast on that?
This is a, you know, to build out the full 600 plus acres. It's a 5 to 10 year project for me. But to get the project off the ground and open, I hope that if all goes well, we've got a full team out there that's been cleaning up the venue, preparing the venue for events, fixing the irrigation systems, fixing the wells, cleaning up the trees, getting the roads back in better order, fixing the gates, really preparing the venue for events, small scale events. But the project itself, to complete the actual triangle in the video on destinoranch.com, I believe that could take 12 months, and I'm hoping, if all goes well with this financing, I'm hoping that production or development can actually start by the end of the year or early next year is the goal.
Awesome. Well, thank you very much for your reply.
Thank you. I appreciate it. And I would say, let's see, Dave requested. I'm just trying to figure out how to add you, Dave. There we go. All right, Dave, I'm adding you right now. Dave, you there? I can hear you now.
Okay, excellent. Thank you so much. I had emailed this question. I just wanted you to talk a little bit about dilution and how are you generating enough cash through the other businesses that you won't have to dilute to fund your operating activities?
So operating activities, obviously we have a note holder. He's invested, $5 million or around $5 million into our company. And yeah, Tom has a, I'd like to bring Tom in as well so he can chime in here if you don't mind. But basically, there is a need to raise capital. We now have a business that can be very profitable, and we do have a plan to pay back our note and do a buyback. So twofold. One is obviously there is a note that Tom is converting, but luckily he's only converting 10% of the volume. I'm sorry, he's only able to sell 10% of the volume on a daily basis. Second is this allows him to recoup his investment and continue capitalizing our company where we need. Operations obviously need money. The brokerage business needs money. New trucks cost money. Destino Ranch costs money, but luckily the project itself, because it's such a big financing commitment, we are not going to be capitalizing this project with Tom or any equity investors. But Tom, I would like to bring you in if you don't mind. Let me see if I can add him in. Hold on. Okay, Tom, you there? Okay, Tom, I think you're on. My apologies, guys.
Can you hear me? Can you
Yep.
hear me, Steph? Okay, I think you finally figured it out. I see some familiar faces. Nice to see and hear you guys. Steph, you did a good job summarizing the value proposition for your shareholders, and I'm just here to to lend support to you and answer any questions. I know people are very anxious to understand the dilution, the convertible note. Why is it there? Why does it continue? I think you've done a good job explaining the purpose of the note, what happens with some of the proceeds of the note, and the limitations that we have worked out with another shareholder who voluntarily came down to Nevada and tried to put something in place that created tremendous value for the shareholders. And I'm sticking to my end of the deal. I think Stefan's sticking to his end of the deal. Marco is. They're working hard. And the reason I put that note, or excuse me, put the companies into Golden Triangle is I realized these guys needed a fundamental business. Destino is nowhere close to revenue producing. Now, if everything works perfectly, Steph says maybe a year they can start doing some shows. It's possible, but that's not going to throw off revenue and pay bills, the insurances, the legal, the accounting that a public company has. So the only way for them to really get ahead of the game is to build a business. So I needed time to focus on LTNC. So it was kind of a marriage, if you will. They met my needs, so I'm trying to meet their needs. So now I'm focused on LTNC. I'm not doing the daily on a trucking company and a brokerage company and all that entails. And they're going to grow a business and execute a plan that will throw off cash and allow them to be self-sufficient. That's the goal. If that does not happen, they'll be back to, extra dilution, if you will, and nobody wants that. So now the future is in their hands. I know they appreciate the support that the market's giving them. I know they appreciate my support, and from what I can see, I see them executing every day, working 24/7, weekends. Taking this trucking company, getting people there, getting the mechanical, the loads, the relationships with the customers, all that. So I see no reason that the dependence on dilution will be less and less over time. And hopefully they get to the point where the note's paid, I'm gone, they're buying back shares, and they have a thriving business.
100%. Thank you, Tom.
You're welcome, bro.
Dave, does that answer your question?
Yeah, thank you very much.
Excellent. Does anyone else have any questions? Okay, guys. I don't see any other questions. I just want to end the call and just say thank you. I mean, thank you all. I'm just so honored to be here. I'm blessed. I know that if I build this Destino Ranch properly and I build these 4-pillar divisions under us, not including the medical side, not including the technology side, but if I just do this one project properly, this is a legacy that I leave down for our children and for our shareholders. And it's something so big. And I see it. It's my destiny. And I really believe in what I'm doing. And I'm just grateful for all of our support. I'm putting my life into this company for everyone, and I really believe in our future ahead. We're all working hard. We're all just more than determined to make this thing a huge win for everyone, and I'm trying to make the best decisions as they come. And I really believe, we all have a bright future here. So I wanted to thank everyone. And looks like we have one more from Crown King. Hold on one second, Alex. Bear with me. I'm trying to figure out how to add you. There we go. Okay, Crown King, you are live. Hello, sir.
Hey, Steph, how you doing?
Hey, doing well yourself?
I'm good. I know that the group, the GTVH Discord group, has a bunch of questions. I'm not going to be able to go through all of them, if that's okay.
Yeah. Do you want to so everyone, if you have any additional questions, do you want to email them to info@goldentriangleinc.com, and I'll personally respond to all of the emails I see.
Okay, I can forward all those over, because there's probably, let me see. I don't know. It looks like there's probably at least 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, so there's about 15.
Okay. Yeah, my
15
apologies,
questions.
Alex. I didn't see any of these in the email. So if there's questions outside of what's been discussed, just email them over, and I'll go through all of them and respond to each single one of them.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Excellent. Thank you. Is there any other questions? Oh, Market Ruckus. Hold on one second. Okay, Market Ruckus. Can you hear me?
Yeah. Can you hear me all right?
Yes, sir.
All
How you
right.
doing?
I'm doing all right. How you doing, sir?
I'm doing good. Good to hear you.
So yeah, I'm the server owner for that group that Crown was just talking about. So we'll get you those questions. But just one real quick one, I think a lot of people were asking.
Sure.
Do you guys have any plan to uplist to like the QB or anything like that before NASDAQ bound or anything? Just have you
We
looked into
do.
that in the future?
Well, we absolutely do. One of the things is you need audits, right? So first step is to spin out Lavish. I'm working with Malone and Bailey on a plan, and also I've retained them, I've paid them, and they are working directly with us on exactly what we need to get Lavish audited and Lavish spun out. Following that comes Golden Triangle. We want to get Golden Triangle audited. We want to get Golden Triangle uplisted. There's a lot of divisions, so the audit cost is substantial. But as we're capitalized, as we're profitable, that's 100% my goal. It's been a dream of mine to ring the bell, and I'm not going to stop until I do it. So absolutely.
Heck yeah, I appreciate it, man.
You're welcome. Thank you. Okay. Any other questions? I don't see any other ones. Excellent. Well, guys, I want to appreciate everyone. Thank you so much. We're gonna keep swinging. I've got a lot more news. My goal is to remain consistent with everyone. I'm gonna keep my updates coming on Twitter. I'm gonna keep a consistent news flow with press releases, and I think you're gonna see this thing develop weekly. And we're gonna keep the communication coming so everyone's fully transparent. My email directly is Stefan, which is STEFFAN at Golden Triangle Inc., which is inc.com. Or you can just send it to our company so the whole team sees it. It's info at goldentriangleinc.com. If I missed any questions or if there's anything else anyone needs, send me an email, reach out directly, and love to answer any questions. And just want everyone to know how grateful I am for all you guys. So thank you so much, and I appreciate joining this call. Okay.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, guys. Take care.
Bye.